Production support engineer.
Oh, production support consultant?
Yeah, right.
Okay. So in which module?
SQL and Unix shell scripting.
Oh, so now interested to get into SAP
Yes,
career?
right.
It is non-coding and
Yes.
completely functional.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, so I see the other people. So I've seen who is this BHK? There is one ID called BHK. Sam. Sam, what is your? Can you hear me, Sam? Hello. Sam, am I audible? Sharanya. Sharanya, am I audible?
Oh, yes.
Yes, Sharanya, what is your qualification? Which module?
MM module.
MM. So what is your qualification?
B.Tech.
Oh, BTech. Okay, that's fine. So how about BHK? There is someone by and Vinod.
I don't know.
Vinod.
Yeah, we have our admin team there.
Yeah.
We have the students are listening the offline already.
Okay.
They are connected through laptop. Okay, you can start the session, sir.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I will be giving you an update. Let me introduce myself and then open the presentation. So here I am Ravi here, having overall 20 years of experience now in the SAP consulting, with global expertise in US, Europe, UAE, and Asia Pacific. And I have exposure to SD, MM, PP, CRM, and all the versions from past 6 editions. I've been working in almost all the migration projects, support projects, implementation projects, and integration projects. So I have an exposure of, guiding people in multiple modules, and I can train them on the project basis and also for the market according to, once my training is over, you can go between 2 years to 5 years experience. Sometimes you can claim. There are students who have claimed 7+ in US. I will help you out in understanding the entire implementation, support, maintenance. How do you work on the real-time business? All those things will be covered within my training. So this training is in 2 parts. One, some people are interested in 45 days. Some people are interested in 2.5 months. So you can work on both the sides. So in whatever way you want, you can. So coming to MM, so remember, it's a material management module, and you need to understand that it is purely a logistics module, which will help the inventories, which will help the invoice verification, which will help the entire stock verification, back office warehousing, and integrating with production, integrating with sales, integrating with finance. So I'll be teaching you how to configure the SAP system. So let me get into the. So this is the system access given to all the students, materials, books, manuals. So I'll be teaching you how to work on the logistics, material management, and I'll also use my experience in gaining you good career and what are the real-time expectations from the industry.
So basically, when I go to any SAP interview, so the companies are asking me these things. How do you implement MM? How do you configure MM? How do you test it? How to train the end users, train the employees, the sales employees, the purchasing employees, the inventory employees. Then how to offer the support to the live business problems and how to integrate with other SAP modules. So how to document your problems, functional specifications, technical specifications, and how do you propose the continuous improvement. So whenever you want to get into an MM job, they are going to ask this. And in the training, we are going to cover all these modules like purchasing, inventory, consumption-based planning, invoice verification. Remember, MM module will integrate with SD, PP, and P. And you need to know how to integrate with them, how to understand the configuration, how to understand the end user business. And there are three types of data. One is a control data, two is a master data, three is a transaction data. There are three kinds of data like which I want you guys to understand. How do you work on the control data? How do you work on the master data? How do you work on the transaction? So transaction data is nothing but all these areas. Like if I want to go to a purchasing, I want to go into a purchase requisition. So I want to go to this. This is a transaction what I create. Simply, it is going to, I have to give a material. So something like, for example, there is a sample material like this. Okay. So I am entering a material. I have to give a plant. I'm giving a plant number 1,000. I already know. Right. So enter I am giving 100 pieces. And as soon as I create a requisition on material, 100 quantity, okay, delivery date automatically given by the SAP system, take the total value automatically. It will tell you issue the goods receipt. It will tell you the material data completely, the description. I did not enter anything. All these things have automatically come. So if I go to the valuation screen, it is showing me what is the valuation price, what is account assignment, what is the source of supply. So what is the who is the contact person? So there are different people who are involved here and the users, all these things. I can park the document, hold the document, or save the document. So automatically requisition has been created. So here there are three kinds of data which I'm talking about. Transaction data, daily purchase requisition, daily purchase order, daily inventory. So as a class goes, I'm going to teach you on this particular. This is the main scenario of procure to pay. This is called procurement cycle. So how many of you know what is procurement cycle? So any of you don't have idea, not a problem. I am going to take the class from scratch. I will teach you the terminologies. I'll teach you what is supply chain. I'll teach you what is ERP. So I have trained a lot of freshers in MBA colleges and I have also trained people with 20 years, 30 years of experience. So I know how to give you the basics, how to give you the advanced knowledge end to end. So if you can see this, the procurement cycle, the determination of requirement, source, vendor selection, PO processing, PO monitoring, goods receipt, invoice verification, and the last one is payment processing. Procurement to pay is the main scenario where an MM consultant should know how to create all these things. So just now I've shown you a purchase requisition. After that, he has to go into this. Let me go into the screen. So it is no coding and easy to work and no single technical activities are required. Go to the source list, then go for a vendor evaluation vendor. So here, something called, vendor selection, something like PO processing. So PO processing is nothing but, okay, PO processing is nothing but the purchase order scenario. So what I'm going to process on the purchase order. So I'm going to show you during the class how to create the purchase order, how to create the inventory management, and how to do the invoice verification. All the steps are involved in the entire business activity. So that means we will do each step. I will teach you how to configure, how to customize, how to work on the business side, how to work on the source side, how to work on the vendor selection. I hope all of you are hearing me well. My voice is clear.
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah. So in between, yeah, anyone have special questions? Let me know so that, I'll also address that and continue with the session, demo session. Have any questions? Hello. Any questions, please, where I can address? Any basic questions? No questions? Shall I go ahead? Hello. Am I audible to all of you? Hello.
Yeah,
Arvind?
yeah, yes.
Yes. Okay. So different procurement flowcharts, which I will be teaching you. And whenever I want you guys to understand the MM module, so vendor will be in the between. You can see the vendor is always in the center. The purchase order, then you can see the goods receipt, invoice verification, and then you have the payment module. So you should know how the particular process is going to work from the purchasing, then GR, invoice verification, then do the bank integration. So as a functional consultant, you have to know what is the purchase order limit of your client. What is the volume they accept? What is the price they do? All these things are very, very important, right? So basing on that, I can, because while training, I will help you out in, attending the interviews, okay, attending the resume, preparing the resume, how to work on the end-to-end process. If you can see this vendor, then you have the purchase order. So you have the goods receipt, you have invoice verification, then the payments. Okay. So purchasing is one part, GR is one part, invoice verification is one part, and payment is one part, right? So you need to understand how this particular process goes on, right? So people who want to ask questions can always ask, but as I said, this is a vendor or a supplier related business process that is called SAP Material Management. So from the purchase order to the material, invoice verification, then the payment. So we need to know what is this information record, what is this external procurement. External procurement in purchasing is nothing but whatever you want to buy from the outside. That means to create a purchase order basing on the suppliers. Sometimes the product is manufactured inside. So there also you'll be procuring via purchase requisition only. You will request to your production people, please produce the stock for me. But if it is external, you will tell your vendor to supply the stock for you. So these are internal procurement, other one is external procurement. So what is this source list? That means from where the source is going to come. Who are the source vendors? Who are the customers? So who are the people who want to? So as we go ahead into the business, I'm going to teach you how this particular purchasing process is going to work at the company level. So a company code. A company code is nothing but it is an accounting headquarters where the financial data is maintained. Plant is nothing but where we can manufacture, store, sell, or repair them. Manufacture, store, sell, or repair. So maintenance plant, production plant, selling plant, storing plant. Anything I can do, right? So I can maintain a temporary storage location under the plant. So storage location is nothing but suppose under the plant of the port, I'm putting all the chemicals into one storage location and all the steel into one storage. So I cannot mix them. Suppose if I take a manufacturing plant like Johnson and Johnson, all the men's product in one storage location, women's product in one storage location. So they may be nearby, but we will store them at a separate place so that the warehousing will be easy, the supplying will be easy. So here, and when I go to the SAP system, I have a special area. I will open a new session. SPRO. SAP reference IMG. Then comes the MM. So before that MM, people want you to work on the enterprise structure, then do the assignment, then go to MM. Here, they want you to assign the purchase organization to company code. But in the class, I'm going to teach you how to link this purchase organization to company code. In the class, I'm going to teach you how to work on the purchase organization to plant assignment. That means your job is to link them. No coding. In the backend, SAP will write code automatically. So this is one of the finest cloud technology right now we have with all the AI related big data science integrated with SAP in pharma companies, in manufacturing companies, in supply chain companies, logistics, airlines, automobiles, oil and gas, huge warehousing companies, logistics companies, tourism companies, hotel industries, banks. SAP is there in almost all countries. 180 plus countries use SAP. At least they have around 20 to 30 clients in smallest countries. So that is how you need to understand the SAP's importance. Though it's a German product, across the world, SAP system is being used. So when it comes to the real-time business, so people need to understand there'll be a lot of flowcharts here. So which, you need to understand end to end from the requirements phase till the payment processing. So if you want to see the content wise, so I will be showing you the step-by-step guidance in the entire process, like master data, like assigning material types, like defining the purchase master. Every step is well documented from my end. Whatever I teach 50%, I want you to do 50%. So that is how I don't want you to, suppose if you want to go to this step, you should know how to go into this step through the system. So any step like what you are seeing in the SAP system. So I want you guys to Metal management, general settings, setup middle buffer. So you have to go there and do this setting. So screenshot wise, I'll give you the setups, I'll give you the T codes, and I'll give you the easy method. Sometimes people are confused how to practice. There also I have it. So D. Suppose you're confused in certain topics, you are a fresher. For them also, I have a solution. I'm trying to. So some of the real-time questions also will be discussed in the class. Interview questions will be discussed. Resume preparation will be discussed after the 50% syllabus. So I'm going to. So like this, for every module, so you will have the questions, suppose NE42 transact or ND1B. So you don't know how to do it. So here, okay, so there is some tutor issue here. Okay, so what we can do is in most of the cases, so what I am trying to show you is, so you will have a step-by-step process of all the areas like info record, like vendor master. So whenever I'm trying to share you the data and make you work on the master data, I'll show you how the info record, what is the importance, how it is really used in the market, and how the companies are going to adapt this info records, adapt this vendor master record. So in SAP, it is very easy to work. So if I want to create an info record, simply I can go with ME11. So create one data, because already I have this information with me. So suppose I have this 1090. Okay. So I'll try to work with 1000. If that combination doesn't work, it will tell me to change. So I'm giving a. So it says it is not created for 1000. So I'm just changing that. So I will first give this purchase organization 1000, plant 1000. In this, I can choose these vendors, for example, 101. So here, as soon as I want to create an info record, so it will ask me which material group you want to create it. So I wanted to create for a steel company. So info record, that means I can say as steel products. Then what is the reminder? 10 days, 20 days. So second reminder will be in 20th day. Third reminder will be 30th day. So like this, I can go to the purchase organization information. This is general data now. I'm going to some other data. So order unit, select box, short term, PD. So planned delivery days, 5 days, standard quantity, 100, minimum quantity, 50. So like this, the data has to be filled on, and what is the net price? 100 euros. What is the purchasing group? So I can search from the data. So you can see this, maybe first time it may be difficult for you guys. So, but I can store this. So the info record has been created for 1,000 purchase organization. That is information record. So, and here I'll discuss about info categories later. So different info records, vendor masters. So we are going to discuss about how the purchasing process is going to start, where it is going to end. So the info record, the material master record, or here, vendor master record, or here, purchase order, or here. And you need to know the vendor master is here and also the material master. So you have the procurement process. So, and end of the day, you need to understand how this particular MM process is going to work. So I'll be teaching you vendor master. I'll be just now I've shown you an info record. I will also be showing you how the material master record can be easily be gained. So as far as this particular data is concerned, you will be understanding, suppose under the MM, so we also have something like, you can see this MM information system. So I will be teaching you how to work on the information system, how to work on the different vendor values, different order values, different inventory transactions, and how to prepare a list, and how to do the presentation, how to go for the general concepts. So how to, what is the plan, who is the vendor, what is the material group, and how we are going to work on the ABC analysis. So I'll be teaching you all these transaction codes. What is this MI20? So what is this vendor evaluation, ME6H? Not all, but few. MB02 I'm going to teach. So what do you mean by material document? So there will be a lot of concepts around this, the material master stuff. And end to end, as a scenario, you will be understanding. Ultimately, remember, whatever I'm going to teach, that will be on the vendor part, on the procurement to pay part, and this is the flow chart. Remember, I'll be teaching you what is make to order, what is make to stock, what is stock transfer, what is consignment, and integration between MM, SDPC. So that I'm going to stress a lot, because whatever interviews are going to ask, how they are going to ask, so that is going to be pretty important. So, and here, I will also be giving you the material like this. So I have, suppose I will also discuss, this is a company called Graphene. So there I have implemented long back. So this blueprint, you will be following with me on the flow chart. That means how the real-time flow happens. What is the contract? How the branches will work? How SAP is going to be implemented? So what are the storage locations? Okay, so how this particular business is going to integrate. So in particular textile company, so how this particular in the entire textile companies, there will be a phase of process like end to end where you need to understand. So the procedural integration between the payments, between the storage, between the international transaction, taxation, and all the stuff. Right? So you need to have a strong idea on this particular purchase related activities, purchasing groups. And for example, this is a fabric company, a fiber, yarn, or oil and lubricants, the coal, spare. So different kinds of, the fabric companies, the stock transfers, the capital goods, the fuel, and different. So according to the business, I'm going to teach you how to, and I will also suggest you to buy a textbook. Okay. So that is going to be, which will teach you. I'll be suggesting you an official book where SAP is, is integrated, where the entire mechanism, and I will also be giving you the system access with the class, and you will be understanding the various procurement basics. So I'll be sharing the books like this. These are certification books, so which are handbooks, we call it as. And it is not just like preparing the books. Easiest methods I'll be teaching you, because many people learn this course, but they're not able to get the jobs because they're not able to learn it in a proper format. So I will be helping you. What is the stock transfer? I will tell you some real-time examples. Take a Reliance, take an Adani, or take a Bajaj, take a Honda. How this particular stock transfers are going to work. What is this issuing plan? What is this receiving plan? So this end-to-end flowchart is going to be pretty important in our business process. So generally you can see this stock transfer with stock transfer orders. So that is STO, we call it as, and you have issuing plans, you have receiving plans. So you need to understand how the subcontracting is going to work. So you can see this from the purchasing to inventory, inventory to invoice verification. So how the subcontracting is going to include from one place to other. So how the invoice are, exactly verified. So subcontract means what? Suppose you are manufacturing it, you're contracting it to someone else. So I'll be teaching you all this. And when you go to the SAP system here, so if I want to create a contract, I have to show you how to take into the, when I create a purchase requisition, I go here, I have to choose the particular option here. So, and let me go back to info record. It will be easy to understand. So let me go to the info record, which I have just now shown. So if I'm going to create a subcontract, I have to create this radio button. From here, I have to create a subcontracting PO, then based on the PO, then inventory, and I will give the stock to him. Once the stock is manufactured, then I'll move the stock from one place to other, one system to other, one plant to other. So that is the reason I'm going to teach you on the basic business processes and easiest method to, because see, today is an initial day. Once you enroll, and in the next class, I can teach you the enterprise structure process on the procure to pay management. And now, because we have discussed too many things at the short time, so you can see this in a real-time business. From the farm to hops, there'll be raw material here, semi-finished good here, finished goods here, packing here, then go to the distributor, goes to from distributor to grocery shops to the customer. So as an MM consultant, you should know how much raw material, how much semi-finished goods, how much finished good is required. So like this, I'll be showing you a lot of real-time case studies also during the class. And now I cannot discuss more on the logistics flowcharts and all. I don't want to confuse you guys now. So you let me know if you have any questions. I am done for today's session. I want you guys to ask some questions. Any questions from any of you?
No, I don't have any question.
You're okay with it?
Okay.
Any questions? You can always shoot it through Arvind. Then any other questions I can always answer on the career side, or we can have one more discussion on that. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Right. See you all then. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you.